All right, everybody. Good evening. Welcome to another episode of Psycho's Platters, always powered by coffee each and every time. So, I missed you guys. I did. I missed you. But there was very good reason as to why we weren't. I haven't been on for a couple of shows. And we'll get to the explanation here of today's title. Of course, show number 750. That's right. We made it to 750, folks. Mick, as always, chimes in. Thank you, Mick, for being here. But yeah, so 750 Psycho Platters videos in 13-year history. Now, that may not sound like a lot. Hello there. I like that. Is that from? Well, it almost looks like what the old Jay Giles had something like that for a little while, except not the bloody hand. Yeah. Penny line in my ears and in my eyes. Hello there. Oh yeah. Yeah, 700. I know it took forever to get to 750. And of course, my son admitted to, he goes, "Hey, Dad," he goes, "it seems like you don't have much ambition." And you know what? Sometimes he's right. I'll admit it. I don't normally admit things that, that like that, but it's true. Ollie, good to see you too. But, better late than never. That's the way I figure about it. But 750 shows, guys. There's all kinds of fun if you guys are ever bored. I mean, seriously, if you want to go way, way back to the early days of Psycho's Platter and a CD, oh, that's a long time ago. And concert clips and the old Etc. show and all the other stuff. You'll never. I'm told there's several weeks worth. If you were to do a marathon, there would be several weeks of this idiot that you could be watching on there. So, our title for today, of course, like I said, show 750: Satanists, Real Folk, and Other Tornadic Terrors. Yeah. We'll deal with all of that as we're going along. I also have alerted most of the VC Justice League. I know one person that won't be on here tonight. Dolan went off and mentioned that he can't come up. Sad. Very, very sad, Richard. I'm disappointed in you, Padawan. No, I'm kidding. Everybody's got a life, right? Everybody's got a life. And so let's see. Yeah, there's a lot of shows. It kind of amazes me to no end. But I mean, I'm not like Joe or Mazzy or whoever the hell else has got over 1,000. I mean, they got the time to be able to do the content. I wish I had more time to do some more of these things. That would be fun. Thank you. And you know what? New album coming out next month, Dave, from Nectar. Oh, did she kick Dr. Domeno off her street? Who's Dr. Domeno on that thing? I'd like to know. I like Dr. Domeno. I missed that radio show, damn it. Does he even still do it? Or did he finally retire, Dr. Domeno? I don't know. But yeah, new album coming out next month. Mission to Mars is the name of the album. No released music yet. If you happen to live in the St. Louis area, or I think it was Rawlings, New York, and St. Charles, Illinois. So if you're going to be in any of those very soon, go catch Nectar. You will not be disappointed. Just go on their website and you'll be able to get that figured out. Nectar. So here's the thing. I've lived here in Northwest Arkansas for 17 years next month. Well, most of 17 years. I actually, when I moved down here, I was in southern Missouri for a teensy-weensy bit. Realized how nutty that was, and then came to Northwest Arkansas, which is even nuttier. In the 17 years that I have lived here, okay, when I lived in Chicagoland, never had to deal with tornadoes. Not once. None, and none. Okay? In 17 years, I have dealt with the ice storm of '09. That was horrible. 4.5 days, no power. We had to go. Thank God, I had a good friend of mine. I had my daughters with me. My sons, I think, were in Missouri, I think, at that time, so they didn't have to worry about it. But 4.5 days of that nonsense. Then 2019, we did have a tornado here in town, but even though there was big trees that fell all around us, our property didn't get hurt and nobody got hurt. And it really was minor. They said kind of back then it might have been an EF1 if you scorecard of tornadoes. Well, unfortunately, I cannot say that about what happened. So what date was the day before Labor Day? That would have been what, the 25th? 25th of May. Hey, you know what? George, I'm glad to see you here. Everybody like and sub his channel. Next week, I'm going to have a nice little Four Seasons related surprise. I'm not doing it today. It's from the 60s. I mean, that's all I'm going to say for the moment. It's Four Seasons related, okay? Anywho, so May 25th, not one, not two, but 6 tornadoes hit within minutes of each other. You want to talk about a perfect storm. This was no perfect storm. This was insane. Rogers, where I do live, I'll admit that. It's easily to be found. 115 to 125 miles an hour, if I remember correctly. I found out today when I went and stopped at one of my flea market-y antique mall haunts. 3 of them are gone. Gone. One was leveled completely to the ground. 2 severely damaged that they claim they ain't coming back. There was at least half a dozen businesses in town that were completely destroyed or destroyed beyond trying to repair, and they're going to have to rebuild. Thankfully enough, none of my family or property amongst everybody was destroyed or damaged, really. We just kind of got scared a lot, obviously. Thank God that the sirens worked. So imagine huddling in a bathroom, at 1:30 in the morning, where you have me, the son, the grandson, and the cat, Toby Tobeans, which Toby Tobeans will probably be making an appearance sometime here in the show. We all know this now. But we were without power also for 4.5 days. Some people finally, after a week, maybe I think 8 days, they finally got power here in this town, as in the outskirts, like towards the lakes. And as far as I know, though, amazingly enough, only 4 fatalities. That surprised me with all that damage. And I'm going to tell you something. Now, maybe later tonight, I'm going to drop a video. It's going to be a very, very short video. No, it's not going to be that exciting, but it's going to be like post-disaster type video, just to give you a little glimpse. We couldn't get to a lot of parts of this town. The cops, the fire department, all kinds of people blocking the roads. We ended up having the National Guard. Yeah, we had the National. They still are here. Some of them, not all of them. I'm told 50% of them went back to their deployment wherever they came from. There was looting. In fact, the one flea market antiquity thing, I found this out for a fact, that there was one that was called Hometown Flea Market. It was on a big corner on Walnut turns into Walton. I know you guys don't give a shit about this, but just trying to give you the idea of things. It literally completely destroyed it into rubble. And get this, at 3 a.m. in the morning. Now, mind you, the storm was done about 2:15. By 3 a.m. in the morning, there was already looters trying to get through the rubble to find stuff to steal. There was looters trying to take out the Suzy Q. That is an ice cream burger joint. So that sign hasn't even been recovered. Somebody stole the damn sign. Okay. In fact, the owners are trying to find the sign. They've been there 64 years. Okay. They looted the whole place. And after they looted it. Okay. Because they only were open a couple weeks. I'm like, what the holy hell? Now, okay, I'm sorry. All right. I knew this world was messed up to a degree. I did know that. This is the first time, though, in a town that I've lived in, that I have heard of looting. I didn't see it, okay? But it was nutty crap. I said nutty. Hi, John. Oh, sub to this guy, too. A very cool video you dropped of that monophonic. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. It is crazy stuff. And the internet, first world problems when you can't have I can't have the internet. I'll admit, we were squirrely. It was going in and out, in and out. I said in and out, in and out. But like, I want to say they started messing with the internet maybe 6 days after the storm. And then today, literally today, is the first time that it was not wonky. So I'm like, I got to run for this to be with you guys. I don't want to really sound dramatic, but you guys know me here if you've watched me enough. This kind of changed something inside me. And I don't know if it's the outlook of life, outlook of the world, outlook of society. But I told you the looting stories. But what I didn't tell you yet was that people came together. There was a lot of relief agencies. Yes, state governmental, the federal government, I am told that the FEMAs are being useless right now. I have people personally that are trying to deal with getting that, and FEMA is just being ridiculous. Okay. And besides, let's face it, we can go back to Hurricane Katrina, right? FEMA, I'm not trying to get political, but I'm trying to give you personal insight here. I like your handle. I also like the emoji. Glad you're here. And I believe in Jesus too. And I'm a crummy Christian. And what I mean by that is God, have I failed so much. But I get back on the bike and I keep riding. Jim, how you doing? Jim, why did I call you Jim? Michael. I'm tired. So I don't know why it like Jim immediately comes to my head. I know what you told me last week, 2 weeks ago, whenever the hell we met last. So, but there was a lot of people helping people. Oh, good. I had a sneaky feeling it was maybe you, Ron, but I like the new handle. That's good. How's Florida doing? Yeah, just remember Back to the Future. That's right. Back to the Future 1 and 2, though, because 3 just sucked. That whole thing with the train, I don't understand it. But whatever. I heard there's a Back to the Future 4 getting worked on, animated. I don't know. That's right. You know, my memory is so shit. Thank you for putting up with me. It's too hot, yes. But the question is, is it like UFO and too hot to handle? That is the more important question. Good to see you, David. Definitely. Did 3 go straight to video? You might be right. I don't remember seeing that in the theaters. I did go see the first 2. I remember that. But so that's been what's been. Hi. Have you come to visit? You know, there has to be a Toby Tobin's appearance in every one of my videos now. Looky, you're on TV. What do you got to say about that? Oh, you got nothing to say for once? This one here likes to go meow, 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 meow like crazy. But she's adorable. Let's see. Ron says, I think I saw both 2 and 3 in the theaters. Maybe they did. I don't know. I don't really know. Yes. This is my furry grand cat. Okay, I'll put you down. I'm surprised she puts up with it. Anyways, I'm going to plop this. Thanks, Penny. Like I said, Toby is a cutie. Annoying sometimes, especially when she's in heat, but she's a cutie. But yeah. Hey, Dave. How's it going? Hello, Piccolina. Yes, and Kitty. We're also going to go off. There is new subscribers to the Psycho Network, okay? Unfortunately, though, sometimes you realize you get new subs, but their names don't pop up. So I do like to thank the handful of people that subbed in the last 2 weeks. I appreciate it very, very, very much. Stay in the know. If you're bored, watch a rerun. Jukebox from Hell will be starting shortly after the 4th of July, Season 5. Oh, God, you don't even know what you're going to be in for. So the video here in tribute for 2 musicians. Number 1, we briefly touched on the last time we all met. Doug Engel, dead at the age of 78, was in Iron Butterfly, one of the founding members, 1966 to 71, and came back 78 to 99. He passed away last week. And then who passed away, I think, on the 31st of May, if I remember correctly, and I just caught this. Ed Mann, age 69. He worked with Frank Zappa from 1977 to 88, and did solo stuff from 88 to 98. So that is in tribute today to those 2 gentlemen. Randy, how you doing? Good to see you here. Yes, everybody have the welcoming committees. I have no problem with that whatsoever. Now, the people that happened to see my last broadcast, I mentioned about homework. We are pushing the 5 albums, some of my favorite albums. We're pushing that to next week. Hey, Ben, how's it going? If I remember no, I think there's Bush, Ron Bushy. I think he still might be alive. Somebody look it up, please, in the comments, and then just drop if I'm right or wrong. I mean, once in a while, Psycho's wrong, but like Ivory Snow, I'm 99 and 44 100% accurate. I can't even say that with a straight face. As I said, always powered by coffee each and every time. This is actually a blend before anybody goes off and asking. This is leftover IGA, what was left in the IGA coffee, mixed with a new Folgers that got put out that I never saw. I decided to try it. You're right. One guy did go missing, and if I remember correctly, his name was Philip Kramer, I think. And he was on Scorching Beauty and Son of Steel, but get this. He was involved in, what was it, a government science laboratory? Strange ass thing. Honest to God, I think he was murdered. I know, once again, the conspiracy, there's just a lot of weird evidence, right? There's just what you'd have to go and look it up yourself. You'll find out it's a very weird. Yeah, it just disappeared. What happened was they ended up finding his van many, many years later at the bottom of a ravine. And he was trying to get away from somebody. That was like the last comment he made. Well, I'm hoping to. We're going to find out as we're going along. Okay, so Ron Bushy's dead too. So yeah, that must be the last one. T.S. Not. You know what, Chance? That you would think that's where I was going. I was wondering if anybody was going to catch and throw a Louvin Brothers reference. But guess what? as much as I would love to tell you that's correct, in this case, it's not. And I'll explain that in a minute, too. Fueled by coffee in the morning, Guinness at night, my oh my bowels would be killing me. I would be worst off in the bathroom after having 4 of the Taco Bell butt blaster burritos than having that Guinness. True story. True story. Oh, is I'm an idiot. Okay, never mind. All right. Would you? I'll tell you what it is if you'd like. Hey, concert buddy, why did you make your RSD video private? I love the Guinness. I make my Irish beef stew with it. Now, see, that would make sense, though. That would actually make sense. I haven't had Irish stew in forever. Okay, so like I told you, my biological dad left me when I was 2 months old. So my stepdad, who I've always called my dad all my life, came into my life at 9 years old and married my mom at 10, and he was Irish. So I got to have some of the Irish food, and he liked his Guinness, but he also liked Sapporo. Somehow he liked that beer too for some reason. Like he tripped on that. Yep, butt blaster is correct. Yeah, Guinness or Guinness Extra. What's the extra in the Guinness Extra? I'm nervous to find that out. Hiya, James. Old Rasputin is stronger stout. Youch. Yes. Okay. So, Satan is real folk. I've been reading this book. I'm about halfway through. I think I showed this a couple episodes ago. The Mayor of MacDougall Street by Dave Van Ronk. And Dave Van Ronk, of course, was a folk singer that Dylan and a few other ones. It was a different weaving of contact and such. But there's a particular paragraph that struck me pretty interesting, and I think you need to know. So, you're going to get a kick out of this, I think. Let me just get to the page I need to. I should have had this earmarked, but I remember what page. Okay. Give me a second. I need to get some light. Don't go nowhere. Please don't. I'm be only 30 seconds. Thank you. I noticed that none of you left. Thank you very much. Now that I said that, a few are going to leave already. No, I'm teasing. Mike says, you can drink Guinness and get bloated without getting a buzz. I'm a chalky. I'm drinking Goose Island right now, he says. I've had Goose Island at one point or another. All right. Page 46 in the Dave Ronk book. This is from his words. He, of course, this book got released in 2005. He passed away before this. Okay. I don't know when. This book was only 3/4 finished before Dave died. And as a co-writer to help with the rest of the fourth. So most of this is in his own words. It's like Uncle Psycho story time, right? But going forward, please don't include my shows in your detective work. Thank you. Signed, Sherlock Holmes. Or would it be Moriarty? I'm not sure which one. Maybe Watson. Okay. We were severely limited, however, this is from his book. Because much as we might consider ourselves devotees of the true pure folk styles, There was very little of that music available. Then a marvelous thing happened. Around 1953, Folkways Records put out a 6 LP set called The Anthology of American Folk Music, culled from commercial recordings of traditional rural musicians that had been made in the South during the 1920s and 30s. The anthology was created, here we go, was created by a man named Harry Smith, who was a beatnik, eccentric artist, an experimental filmmaker, and a disciple of Aleister Crowley. Parentheses, when he died in the 1990s, his fellow Satanists held a memorial black mass for him, complete with a virgin on the altar. Harry had a fantastic collection of 78s, and his idea was to provide an overview of the range of styles being played in rural America at the dawn of recording. This set became our Bible. It is how most of us first heard Blind Willie Johnson, Mississippi John Hurt, Orange. What was it? I don't know. I was guessing Blind Lemon Pie. Never mind. But yeah, so that's right. Satan is real folk. And that's where you get that from. So now you learn something, and the more you know. With banjos or a blues harmonica, whichever one, doesn't matter. Or as I like to sing that song very horribly, if I had a hammer, I'd hit him in the morning, I'd hit him in the evening all over this land. Rock on indeed. Eric Barnett, Martin Gershwitz, Dave Meros, Bernie Pershey, Iron Butterfly Band today. Yeah, it's pointless. Don't even, it's a tribute, not even. It's like milking it. I know Panera tried. Now, I like the Folksman. I got an Ochi pressing of Eat at Joe's. If you get that joke, good. If not, that's okay too. If you ever saw the movie A Mighty Wind, which is the same, you get your Spinal Tap people doing folk and a few extra people. And if you like Bob and Tom, go listen to, just type in Gangsta Folk, and you'll like that one. That'll give you a good laugh or two. Yes. So, Satan is real folk and other tornadic terrors. I was trying to come up with, look, I know this was like a serious thing that's happened all week, but there was, I had to try to make some type of, I don't know, to lighten the mood, I guess. And like one of the things I was putting away was from some mop company, and it was called a tornado mop. And I turned to my supervisor and I said, "A lot of good this damn thing did." She broke out laughing. Yeah, we had 24 watching. Where is Kiefer? Kiefer left because it's 22 now. I tried to get into that show. I don't know. I just it didn't hold my interest. Didn't hold my interest. I don't know. Whatever. Yes, Bob and Tom are hilarious, and at least back in the old days. Now, none of the stations down here carry. I know it's like a shell of itself now. I know that, what is it? Tom, Christy Lee, Chick, and I don't know, whoever I guess they could get. I'm sorry, but when Bob retired and Christy Lee left the first time, I think that was like the end of the era of that whole entire show. And I tried listening to it, and I just didn't like it. Have you seen any of the new John Anderson Band Geeks footage? No, actually, I have not, and I didn't even know that there was footage. I will have to check that out. I wish Tyler was here. I could tell him he could be so proud of me. I finally watched that new Deep Purple song. I know there's another single now. I haven't listened to that one, but Portable Door. Oh, that's it. If the rest of that damn album sounds like Portable Door, you betcha I'm gonna buy that thing. That is for sure. So, John Anderson, Band Geeks. By the way, you can get a signed copy of John Anderson's new album on TalkShopLive.com. They're currently selling it, and the thing is, they don't upcharge you. They don't do an uptick on any of that shit. But here's where they're going to get you: shipping. So if you're thinking about, I mean, they will get you a little bit. So look through the whole thing and maybe order multiple items, because then the shipping drops a little bit. I really appreciate you guys coming out here today to spend some time with me. I've missed you guys, damn it. Everybody must be busy. I have gone off and alerted everybody, hey, speaker. There you go. Well, yeah, I mean, you get what you take. I know some of, like, what is it? Well, no, the last Talk Shop Live order I did for the last Chicago and the last Sammy Hagar. I missed having the Mike Anthony autograph by this much on the CD too. Okay, boy, oh boy, I must have picked a bad night for people coming in, because, like I said, Dolan's not going to be here. Beetle Babe's not going to be here because she's busy all week. But I guess Final Grotto, he won't be here either. So, and he's having issues with StreamYard. Oh, he's got no internet in his split. He's in Mountain View, Arkansas right now. Oh boy. I wonder what the hell's in Mountain View. What's in Mountain other than a mountain? You can view the mountain in Mountain View. No shit, Sherlock. I wonder what else is in Mountain View. That's right. Teaching summer classes, but almost done. 4 more weeks, then a break. Nice. Where is your beard? Oh, shit, did somebody steal it? I'm just giving you shit. I couldn't take it anymore. It was a sandwich that did me in. What was that? All I wanted was a sandwich, my kid's saying. All I wanted was it. And no, yeah, because the mayonnaise and mustard. And yes, it was mayonnaise before anybody accuses me of something else. Well, and yes, you guys are my loyals. And what is it? One of the stupid radio shows here, The Loyal and Royal. But I guess we could call it that in a way. Except you're better than that. You guys are better than that. I do have some albums, though, I'll show you, because I'm not showing you all the cards that are close to the chest here, because I did get some reasonably priced material for next week. That's right, $14. Send it to Psycho, and I will send you parts of my gear. No, I won't. It's gone somewhere in a garbage. It's yeah. See, yeah, exactly. Mountain View is next to Mount Pilot. On the next Andy Griffith, there's a serial killer hunting Mayberry. Aunt B was the newest victim. Who could it be? I'll tell you who the hell the serial killer was. It's Opie's mom. Remember? She died, supposedly? Wrong. She managed to live. That's who the serial killer is. And in the words of Robot Chicken, what a twist! See, he's laughing because I love that fucking show. I do. Bill, see, Vaginal's here. It is not a party without Vaginal. No, seriously. Okay, So there's this channel called Safe and it's a troll channel, Safe and Sound Vaginal Audio Excursion. It's a combination of several different channels, and he just compiles it all. But what does it for me is the whole vaginal thing. Now remember, Monostat will cure that. And maybe certain mold on records. No, I'm kidding. Don't it was Eleanor Donahue. That's it. We could and did Barney have his one bullet? Was he allowed to have the one bullet in this case? Bill, you showed your hand this morning in more ways than one. I'll show you mine. This is the one I'm busier with. Oh, no. Oh, God, I shouldn't. Too much. Ernest T. Bassett, he killed them all with rocks. Shit. And who was playing? What was the name of that damn band? They would play, right? During the murders. That was the other side. They weren't involved, but it just happened to have jams on the porch and when the people were getting murdered. Damn it! What the hell was the name of that band? That was the one episode where what was it that they had some love ceremony or some shit. The girl buries something into the ground. I love you, Andy. Blah 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 blah. And then, of course, he's got to try to get out of that one. The black and white Andy Griffiths kick ass. The color ones not so much. I only know one. Like not Me TV. I'm sorry, Me TV always shows the black and whites. But there's a local station in Northwest Arkansas, and they got a hold of the color episodes. And I'm going, holy crap, I haven't seen these things since I was a kid. No, it was the Fun Girls. That would be fun. Oh, God, could you imagine if it was like all of them and they took turns? The Dillards was the group, that's right. But what were they called in that thing? See, that's the problem. The Dillards were great if you like that kind of stuff. And remember, didn't Chris Hillman come out of that band? You know what, James? I didn't know that, and that is cool. The Darling Family. Thank you. That's exactly it. Now, I do have to tell you something, though. Hang on a second. Back to this comment, James. So this has nothing to do with you, but it has to do with the Addams Family. That's why I'm putting it up. So, so where I work, there was this customer that's a semi-regular of mine, and he went off and commented that there was this girl that she works up at the front with me, and she looked like Tuesday. And I looked at him, I'm going, Tuesday? I go, it's Monday. And I knew where he was going, but I wanted to pull his, get his goat. And he goes, that one from the Addams Family. And I go, that's Wednesday, you jackass. That's what I did after I said that. And he's like, oh. So now her new name up front is Tuesday because she knows all about it too. No, but see, okay. Or Michael Nolan, Michael's a great guy. He really, really is. And by the way, Michael, I saw your last one with the last short about Don Felder. I'm Team Felder all the way. Anyways, no, Opie's mom is dead. The show started off every episode with Opie throwing a rock at her while she drowned in the lake. Damn it! It's Opie and Ernest Bass were in on it. Those fishing poles never fell. I love that. That's great. Yeah, no Clarence White, huh? He wasn't in that in any of that stuff at that time, huh? I love the banjo, but next door neighbor hates it. Well, that just means, Dan, you need to play more banjo. I'm telling you. Yeah, like I said, Michael Nolan has got, my God, I know people go off and tell me, hey, Psycho, you know a lot of shit about music. Michael Nolan knows a hell of a lot more of it than I do. If it's one thing, and I think Michael can agree about this too, we can all do our research excellently. But, as we all know, music is a never-ending hobby, and we will always have something to learn. And that is why I like this hobby so damn much. That is why I love music so much, too. I think Michael would agree with that. Subscribe to him if you haven't. Clarence White's death is... No, that is true. That is true. My God. I mean, talk about a tragic death for Clarence. He didn't deserve that shit. And what was it? I came across a copy. That is true. That is a great album, and I am looking for it along with the soundtrack to Heavy Metal. I was so glad to see. I saw Felder live by himself, well, with Styx and Foreigner. I didn't see the Eagles. Never saw the Eagles, but I saw Felder, and he put on a damn good show. And I forgot that he wrote and played heavy metal, and I'm like, because it's been that long since I saw heavy metal. It was HBO, Stars, one of them back in the early 80s. I love that shit. I do. Clarence White was on Andy Griffith. He appeared as a member of the Country Boys on the show. Okay, well, that's good on that one, too. Yes, before the Byrds fame. But I tripped on an album called The Country Gentleman. I think that was the name of it. That was the band I think he was in before all of this stuff. And he reunited with the Country Gentleman in 73, right? 73? And after being with the Byrds for a few years, and I love his work with the Byrds. Him and Roger, they're the ones that make those damn records. It's not all perfect, but you can find little gems in between all the stuff. That's right. Andy should have married his first kid. Yeah, she was, and I wonder why those two never did. She disappeared without warning too. My local radio station played that song Heavy Metal all the time. Yeah. There was a very good AOR station that I had in Chicagoland, and the Loop also as well. The Loop 98, Chicago. They used to play a lot of good stuff. I tripped on a really cool station over here actually for the first time. I guess they changed format. I think, at least based on the commercials I'm hearing. And it's KESA 100.9 Eureka Springs. And they play a lot of rock. I mean, there's some stuff that we've heard before, obviously, but then they'll go and throw some hair metal, hard rock in. Like, they played Midnight Maniac from Crocus, and I haven't heard that on the radio in like 20, 25 years. I'm going, what the hell? They had that, and Winger, and Cinderella, and I'm like, and Rat. They played Way Cool Jr. earlier today. I'm like, I think I'm going to dig this station. She hated him in real life, thought he was a creep. Oh, boy. The girl from Father Knows Best, yeah. I tripped on a pilot. Okay, I mean, I guess it lasted a season. Excuse me, a season. And it was after Mayberry. So after Ron Howard was on Mayberry, he was in a very weird, kind of boring show called The Smith Family with Henry Fonda, of all people. I'm like, what the hell is this? Ladies and gentlemen, my first guest of the night, because I was expecting somebody to pop in a hell of a lot sooner than this. But you know what? Beggars can't be choosers. No, I'm teasing. Don't run away. I'm teasing. I kid. And oh boy, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I think he lives his life in 5/4 time. Ladies and gentlemen, Wyoming Dave.
Hi, Paul. How are you?
How you doing? That's right, little Opie Cunningham. That is, that's what I call him too. I go, hey, look, it's Opie Cunningham. I say that all the fucking time. But yeah, Smith Family, 1971. Watch an episode on YouTube. You'll see how bland it is, especially the one where they discover that the sister's friend had drugs, and I'm going, oh, it's just a little pot for 1971. A lot different attitude today. They'd be like. And by the way, for all you druggies out there, The FDA has gone off and mentioned that MDMA is not allowed now to be used for PTSD. They put that out yesterday in a piece of info I tripped on. Yes. See, we'll talk drugs, we'll talk all kinds of things. You never know. I used to it was well, like I said, the episode I saw wasn't exactly. It was just it was laughable. That only because of the way that they took the attitude back in '71 anyway. You know, it almost reminds me of that Dragnet episode where he goes to the kid and he goes up, "What are you on, son?" he's like quizzing him. Okay, what are you on? I missed out on the band Firehouse back in '90, but I just got that first CD of it. It's great hair metal.
I like that.
Dan, what do you? Dan,
yeah.
Is it a love of a lifetime? That's where I'm going. Oh boy. Hopefully that CD won't treat you bad. Anyways, oh boy, I'm full of them. I'm full of other things too. See, was there a band called the Smith Family? There needs to be.
There's the Smiths.
That's the yeah, that's right, the Smiths. Yeah, I tried. I can't wrap my head around that band.
There's two people think I should get in.
And I don't know, Morrissey's such a douche.
Yeah.
Yes, he was pushing he was. That's exactly what he was doing. A very special episode. You know, I kind of wish I could have I know it's going to I know other channels do this, but I would really like to just get that forward bit of the old CBS music, and then the thing turns and it says a very special presentation. I kind of would like that for my show too. That'd be funny. It's like, shit, it's just Psycho. This ain't no special presentation bullshit. Right after Peanuts, it's another episode of Psycho's Platters talking about Satan and tornadoes. Da-da-da-da-da. I hope I didn't wake you up. I know I'm loud.
What are you talking about?
Talking to her.
Okay.
Hey, Dave.
Yes.
Blue Boy. I don't get it.
Hey,
What's up?
Dogs. I know him.
It was worth the wait. I never knew I needed. I'm telling you, those hair metal bands are a big surprise. If you can find it, Sea Hags is another one. Yes, I'm throwing that out there. Your production costs are low, at least. You betcha. You betcha. It's called $5 at an okay internet.
Hey, Paul, I like most of the hair metal bands from the late '80s, actually.
Oh, Blue Boy was the Dragnet episode. Thank you. I did. I'm sorry. What were you on, son? What are you on? Did you lick a toad? What are you on? Oh, God. Wait a minute. He wasn't a love child of, oh, my God, wait a minute. He wasn't the love child of Mr. Leahy from Trailer Park Boys, was he? The liquor snurf. I love that show.
I don't remember the music. I didn't know that band.
What, Sea Hags?
Salty Dog.
Oh yes. There's a few one or two album people, and then they disappear, and I'm just like going, the hell, where'd they go? And that some of them will come back.
There's some bands like Babylon AD, XYZ, Shotgun.
Oh, Babylon AD. That's fun. Look at you with all this. I'm sleeping the day away. What?
I used to have that album. I sold off a bunch of albums, which I regret I did now. Records.
No, wait a minute. I screwed that up. That's DAD. DAD stood for Disneyland After Dark, but they were going to get sued by Disney, so they shorted it to DAD. But I'm Sleeping the Day Away. That's a really good one. But yeah, all those other ones, though, shit. You know, that's not really the first time I've heard anybody mention those names in a decade plus, if anything. But like Junkyard put out a new one, I guess, last year. Their big hit was Hollywood.
I've heard of them, but don't remember their music.
And of all people, a original member of Molly Hatchet was involved back in that first album. Dwayne Rowland. Yes. Cool. Let's see here. Let's see. There was, oh yeah, that's right. I
Yeah,
forgot about that. I don't know how I could forget about
that's
that.
from '69.
Yeah, I come across that once in a while. Sea hags were great. I found it at a Goodwill, loser. I found it at a Goodwill. I think about year and a half ago, and I'm going, why the hell is this here? And I grabbed that sucker up. I remember I found that Sea Hags. I found Shotgun Messiah. I found oh my god, what was the other one? I think I found a Saxon and I found
Cool.
an Armored Saint. That's what it was. I found all those and grabbed them all. And
Very
yes,
cool, Paul.
thank you. And yes, it was a album by Procol Harum. You're right. Baby,
Yeah,
it's
Baby
he
It's
does
You.
a really nice version of that.
Backrack Hal David song, Baby It's You.
Mhm. Yes, Dan, enough's enough.
I remember.
They're still around in some conformity. I get confused about that shit. But being that they were local boys for us anyway, when that first album Strength came out, I'm like, I bought that thing first week. I can tell you that right now. I still say that I always like Fly High Michelle. That's gonna probably be one of my favorite songs.
Yeah, I
But
remember that one.
not the one that didn't sell very well was their third one, which was on Arista, because Arista didn't know what the fuck to do with them. They dropped the ball. And something about animals of not animals of human intelligence, was it? I can't remember the title of it. Do you know the band Rail from the Pacific Northwest? They were no. I add to list. Check out Rail.
Don't recall that band. Well,
Any free local concerts around you guys? So
not really.
not for you. Okay. Not in Wyoming, huh? No Cheyenne days or.
Yeah, Cheyenne would have concerts. Yeah, I suppose.
Casper.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't get there.
My evil Uncle Jim lived in Casper for like 2 or 3 decades. I don't know if he still lives there, to tell you the honest truth.
Who did Paul?
My evil Uncle Jim. I call him Evil Uncle Jim. Yeah. Now, as far as for free concerts are concerned, Trout Fishing in America is going to be here at the end of the month. If you don't know who that is, guys, go check them out. I think you'll have some fun. They're a folk duo, but they do some fun children music type stuff. They put out folk albums and children music albums, and they have a special. Where the hell did I do with that? I don't know where it's at, but AETN, which was the Arkansas division of PBS, did a special on them, and that's some great stuff. So they're going to be here for free at the end of the month. But of course, it's the weekend. I will be in Jonesboro, Arkansas for WrestleFest. Yes, I cannot wait.
Cool.
I can't wait for this. Unfortunately, I'm minorly disappointed. I was hoping to set up an interview with original bass player to Black Oak, Arkansas, Pat Doherty, and I found out he moved to Memphis. I'm like, damn it. Yeah. So no, none of it. What Saxon? Love Saxon. It was Wheels of Steel. That's what it was. Love the Sea Hags, Hag of the Sea demo tape, which the band put out. Okay. Let me write that too. That's pretty cool that you got that though. There's one thing that I got, and if I can find it, it's not a vinyl though. But it was like promotional purposes for radio stations from Concrete. I don't know if that sounds familiar to you guys, but there was some unreleased stuff at the time put on this double album set for the radio stations. Strength by Enough's Enough is the only one not to be released on vinyl yet. Well, they need to change that. MTV played Rail early on, I read somewhere. Well, that'd be damn cool. What are your favorite bands, Dave?
That's hard to say. There's a lot of different Led Zeppelin, Ronnie Dio, Motley Crue, Aerosmith, Foghat, Blue Oyster Cult.
Look at you. You're all over the place. I love it.
I love 70s hard rock bands. Nazareth, Bach. I love Bachman Turner Overdrive, even though they didn't last
What a nice segue there you just made, Dave, about BTO, because they're back. Bachman Turner Overdrive is back. And
Rodney Bachman's getting up there, though.
yes, it is Randy Bachman and Fred Turner.
Turner.
Okay. And Tal Bachman is in the band now, too. So you can hear that every night, him singing, "She's So High."
I remember that one.
Every time. But he went off and said that Randy, because it was a promo video with Tal and Randy. Randy goes, sure. And Randy goes off and says that it'll be obviously the BTO stuff and also some Guess Who stuff that he wrote. X-Rated does not get enough love in the BOA catalog. I will tell you that right now, Dan. It took me forever to get a copy. Now, I will say this, though. Black Oak, Arkansas, well, excuse me, Jim Dandy, because he's the only one left, will be here in Bentonville, Arkansas, next town down, July 20th. I may or may not be going. And if that's the case, I have a copy of X-Rated that needs his autograph. One of these days, if I'm bored, I'll pull out all my signed Black Oak. Now, Foghat, Fool for the City was a great album. You betcha, Joe. Hang on a minute. Oh, that album kicks ass.
The first one's from '73, I have.
Yes. Is that the one that's got Stay Awake All Night? I love that. I love that version. Yeah, I love that version. And Money, or whatever the hell it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first cut, I saw that. Yeah. Good stuff.
Here's a good one. I got this one.
I'm going to get some more coffee, my friend. Keep going with the BTO. Go on, show them. Listen, take care of business.
Hey, guys. Bachman Overdrive 2.
My leg.
I got Not Fragile album. It was paying attention. Four-wheel drive. They're a good band. I got the head out album.
I guess they must have nothing better to do.
No, Fox Guy. I'm not a musician. I just like music. Well, Paul, you missed me showing my Bachman Turner Overdrive albums.
Shit. Damn it.
So,
I guess I'll have to go down the highway. All right. Well, I just happen to have some random, but let me finish this little bit up first.
I'll show you again.
Oh, all right. Sure. And the Italian album, Not Fragile.
Huh? I'll show you. Four-wheel drive. That's a good one.
Yes. Those first few albums are really good. It's like when Randy left us, kind of when that went down, and yeah.
I got all the main 5 ones anyway with Randy. I heard Randy did one more with them, and that was not a good one or something.
Yeah, and then I don't know. He was like going all over the place in the late '70s, early '80s.
He was with a band called Iron Horse or something.
Very good, Iron Horse,
I don't remember their music.
And I think they had like one minor hit. I can't remember what it was.
I'd have to look up the song.
Yeah, and then I remember hearing. Okay, so Keeping the Summer Alive, the title track from the 1980 album from the Beach Boys, is co-written by Randy Bachman. And
I did not know that.
Yeah, and go figure. It's so strange, but the reason why, though, is because it was originally on one of his previous albums, but it didn't do real good. So they just reworked it. And then who's doing the slide guitar solo on it is Joe Walsh. Yeah, so you get all that fun there. Great taste, Dave. Yes, indeed. Back to the Foghat for a second. New album that just came out about, you got Roger Earl. That's what's left out of all of it. And I don't really know what happened exactly to, Charlie Huhn and why he left so sudden after being there for 22 years. And Roger got real pissed. He's like, he could have at least, I'm like going, But he's doing solo stuff now. And like I said, Foghat's got a new singer. I never heard of him. But I'll have to show this sometime. I didn't get this personally signed, but I won it. And it was signed. Band signed Boogie Motel. Yeah, so that's probably the only way I'm ever going to get any, Foghat stuff. Yeah, My Babe was a good song. You betcha.
Oh, Foghat, yeah.
Another band to check out is The Hunt. They did 3 albums, started off proggy in 77, and by 80 they were new wave, original British heavy metal. I hope I got that right. I know it's hard to remember that. Sounding power trio. So The Hunt. See, I'm writing all these things. Hopefully the lead singer was not Mike. Anyway, I'm teasing. I like power trio.
I'm not really into that. A lot of that new wave of the British heavy metal, to be honest with you.
BTO, first favorite band in 74.
Yeah, cool. Pickling.
Yeah, Stay Awake, definitely. And then and I even like Crocus's version too. It's okay, but BTO's is better. Blue Collar, one of my favorites. Yeah, I haven't heard that one in a long time, to be honest with you. So Mike's asking, are you a musician?
Yeah, I seen that comment. I told him no, I'm not.
I'm trying to play catch up in the comments here. Yeah, I should have come up with a better cover for Head On. Yeah, no kidding, right? Had all the BTO, have number 2, and not Frigidity. I saw Randy with Ringo. See, that would have been neat. I would have loved to have seen. I should have gone on every Ringo tour. He had different musicians on almost every tour, and it's like then I could have seen. I know it's not Italian. I'm just being silly. Frigidity. Mamma mia! They killed Luigi. His blood is right all over the concrete. What? You son of a bitch! You killed my brother. Anyway, that's a Robot Chicken thing too. But yeah, My Wheels Won't Turn. I don't remember that one, Dan. I'm gonna write that into. Was that for My Wheels Won't? Because I know they still kept making albums after Randy left. Didn't they make 1 or 2 more after Randy left, and then they called it a day?
You're probably right.
And then to top that off, one of the Bachmans got in some big legal trouble. One of them. And I heard it had to do with alleged. I'm going to throw this out there. He might be dead for all I know. I can't remember. But for lewd acts, I'll just say that. With possible underage. I'm like, I don't know if that. I hope that's not true, but something tells me I remember reading that. Ernesto, how you doing? I read Iron Horse. Okay, see, had a huge hit in Italy, and Randy had to go over there to tour. That would be funny, wouldn't it? If that is the truth. That was a horrific album. KTSA. Hey guys, I have all those 8-track.
Yeah.
I like 8-track Ernesto, except I just don't have a player. The only 8-tracks I'll ever try to find anymore. I used to collect those too, actually, but it was mostly Beatles and Kiss. But saying that, I came across one. I don't have it, but I know where it's at. I came across an 8-track of Turtle Soup from '69. I'm going, what the hell? I said, I've never seen any 60s 8-tracks, for God's sake.
That's when they were. I'm pretty sure 8-tracks were introduced in the late '60s.
Yeah, I want to.
I'm pretty sure. 99% sure.
66, 67, I think, roughly. Somebody I thought told me that it was either Headquarters or Pisces for Monkeys was put on 8-track first.
Cool.
Yeah, he's suing the fake Guess Who. And to tell you the truth, I hope that they win, to be honest with you. I just hope they get there. Charlie Huhn, if he could still sing the Ted again, would be cool. Well, yeah, you bet. I don't, like I said, I think he's just doing a solo project right now, at least according to what I thought I read on Facebook not too long back. Yeah, Buzz is around night right now for the Hun. Yeah, I'm going to have to listen to that. The story of Randy getting it. Yeah, I did read that story, actually. That's a pretty damn nice story. I'm trying to remember if that was before or after the whole Paul getting his bass back thing. The Hunt were Canadian. The drummer was on the was on the Max Webster debut and then got sacked. Yeah. You know, I know of the name Max Webster, okay, and I know Kim Mitchell. But I don't have any other stuff.
Max Webster was a Canadian band, right? I think so.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah.
I don't know.
Now, to my knowledge, I've never heard anything from Max Webster.
I could look him up on YouTube or something sometime.
I just remember that there was a station back when I was a kid that used to play Kim Mitchell's Going for a Soda. And if I'm right, Kim Mitchell was like dressed in always in this weird stuff all the time. I saw Ringo in the first tour in Jersey, and John Candy and Bruce Springsteen showed up. That would have been I'm not a big Bruce fan, but that would have been interesting to see John. That's for sure. Michael Darkman was getting the Hunt known to lots of people. LOL. Freeways. Yes. Let's see. What was it? Freeways and then Street Action? I don't know. I'm getting this all mixed up, I think. Did 8-tracks have colorful long boxes?
Square cardboard.
Not really. They were pretty much square cardboard. And here's the goofy part. I remember tripping on an article, but I think the prices that these people are paying, they've got to be hipsters. I'm sorry, they got to be like these young people like, oh, I've got this Still Seal 8-track from 1971, and it's like, and they paid $1,000, and I'm like, 5 or 10 years ago, we could have found those fuckers at the local flea market or a truck stop right next to the red Sovine Who Wants to Talk to Teddy Bear. I mean, come on. That would have been easy shit. Now you're telling me you can get it for $1,000. Robbie's 2 brothers are dead. It was Tim who was the pedo. Oh no, 14-year-old. Oh, you know what? I don't even have it. That's one thing I don't make fun of. I used to see 8-tracks on fences all spewing out, and I said, this isn't a good format. The thing I remember my favorite 8-track moment, if you could call it a favorite 8-track moment. My grandmother, she used to play. She had a shit ton of 8-tracks. She had albums too, but it was either album or 8-track for most of her life. And she would play these Victory at Sea or Jackie Gleason or whatever, and it would get to the really, really good part, and then it would go click click in the middle of the song, and that's all I remember was just a click click, and then it would go right back into whatever it was, or sometimes the click click wouldn't even be appropriate and would just jump to the next tune right in the middle of the good part. Click click.
Yeah, that's why I don't like 8-track. I've heard some 8-tracks. You know how they interrupted the song and went silent. You know.
And like I said, some of those 8-tracks though are big money, and what I mean by that is. And for you people out there that go to flea marketies, and I said flea marketies and all that other stuff, you may kind of want to look into some of the 8-tracks if you find of any albums.
I'll pass.
Just hold on a minute, though. Hold on a minute. Anything that was, rock related from like 84 to when they shut it down in 88. That's what that would be some. I don't want to say big money. Not everything's going to be big money, but 84 to 88 was the record clubs. You only could get the 8-tracks from the record clubs. And the last one that was made which is like one of the toughest ones to find on 8-track. I have never seen a copy, is Fleetwood Mac's Greatest Hits. And that was put out in November 88.
Yeah.
On 8-track. It was the last one made
I didn't know that.
for all of them. So it lasted, what, 20, 21, 22 years for the format?
Yeah.
But I have seen and have had in my hands George Harrison's Cloud 9. It does exist on an 8-track. And Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction. It does exist on an 8-track. I don't know about any of the other stuff, but those are, let's see.
Are you friends with
64? Okay, thank you. Boy, I didn't realize it was around that long.
Paul, I don't mean. Are you friends with Mr. Bizarro, Aaron? You know who?
Yeah. I mean, I'll admit I haven't been on in a while, but yeah.
He's big on 8-tracks.
Yeah. Oh, and then of course the other ones you want to look for is, well, any quad, any rock related, maybe even jazz. Yeah, I hate almost anything in quad except, of course, the Andy Williams, Johnny Mathis. I'd love to see some really old guy. Hey, do you happen to have an 8-track of Andy Williams' Born Free? I don't think that'll ever fucking happen in any timeline.
I have Loggins and Messina quad LP.
Full Sail?
No, the one with Your Mama Don't Dance on it.
You know, I hate that song. I never liked their version or Poison's.
I didn't buy the album for that song. All the other tracks are good though.
Oh, see, there you go. It was after Frampton getting his and before Paul. Oh, okay. He's done with the guitars.
Quad sounds interesting on regular stereo. Kind of sounds like surround sound. Two speakers, I think.
Yeah, I can't remember. Particularly, okay. My memory's poor. We had a slight talk about this, right? I think. I don't know, but it's like of course I would love to get a quad system, but that's like, yeah, right, you know. But I mean, it's not necessary, obviously, because I mean, hell, I've only ever had maybe a half a dozen quad albums I've found over 40 years. You know, I'm talking about rock related. I find easy listening quad a lot. I'm not kidding you. I found a Percy Faith like a couple of weeks ago. I'm like, shit, they even made Percy Faith in quad? Come on. They even made Mr. Excitement Perry Como. See what I did there? That's an SCTV reference. I like
Perry Como's voice.
Have you ever seen that thing though? That sketch where he's like he's supposed to be Mr. Excitement, and like he's in a bed that's rolled up on stage, and like he's on the floor, and and the only thing he's singing, but you see one finger moving. I'm going, oh my god! I said this is too good.
I never seen that.
Mick. 8-track sucked. Songs all out, or that's true too. And the click out of click. For Beatle fans, the Ringo's Ringo you'd be looking for. There's an extended version of 6 o'clock only on that 8-track and the promo LP of the vinyl. And for you Pink Floyd fans, you would want to get the 8-track of, if I remember correctly, Animals, because there is a Snowy White, the touring guitar player for Floyd at the time, who was in Thin Lizzy. He does this instrumental bridge that it was only on the 8-track. Yes. I know, right? They made him so shitty, those 8-tracks. Yeah. Oh, he was acquitted, huh? See, everybody was waiting for Johnny L to show up.
DJ Johnny, yeah. I know.
I saw a CCR cassette of Cosmo Factor on the Apex label. They wanted $20 and wouldn't haggle. I wouldn't have paid $20 either, Dan. I would have told him to stuff it. Yeah. That's what I would have said.
Yeah, exactly.
I would have told him, fine, I'll put a spell on you.
Yeah, I got that joke. Yeah.
Thank you. I didn't say they were quality jokes. I just said it works.
Yeah.
I had to buy a Pioneer 8-track player just to play my Mahu Vishnu Orchestra Birds of Fire. You know, that is the album. That is the only Mahavishnu I've ever come across. And I do like some of that album. Yes, I do. I don't think I have it anymore. I did. Oh, look. I think he's. Yep, there you go. Hang on a minute.
This is.
Oh, hang on.
I found this
shit. There you go.
I found this one just two or 3 weeks ago.
Visions of the Emerald Beyond.
Actually, it has a get.
That sounds trippy and proggy at the same time. Oh, look at that cover.
Yeah.
That is definitely, yeah. That was definitely something I bet a lot of people roll seeds and stems all in the albums.
It plays good, and it's a good jazz rock album too. 75.
Is Jerry Goodman still there?
On this one, the members changed on this one. John McLaughlin's on this one. John Luke Pani.
Oh,
Jerry Goodman.
Okay.
Jan Hammer weren't in the group anymore, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, he's gone.
All right. Yeah, I mean, Jean-Luc Ponty, I mean, I come across bunches of his albums all the time, too.
I have a bunch of Jean-Luc Ponty albums, about 7.
See, and here's the thing, though. I was kind of curious, and it didn't last very damn long. John Anderson and Jean-Luc Ponty, within the last decade? I want to say it was before the ARW project, or, that he actually worked with him. Those two were together on some stuff, and I'm just like, wow, Still 8 tracks in 88? Yes. Yeah, Dan, if you can find them.
Yeah.
Kenny Rogers. I'm Kenny Rogers, and this is Jackass. I know that was a shitty impression. I almost sounded like Harry Carey more than John. I barely, but did play 8 tracks and a nice set of some, but the format of vinyl CD. Oh, yes, definitely. Excuse me.
I'm glad I don't like cassette tapes anymore, too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. As for the fake Guess Who, with just Gary Peterson on drums sometimes in concerts, sometimes. They should take a flying leap. Only Guess Who involved with them is Gary. And yeah, that's when he shows up. No Randy Burton, no Guess Who. That's right. I read a brief account of how Jim Cale got the name. I thought it was pretty damn sneaky, to be honest with you. He should have just went off, and if he was, if they would have done it correctly, they would have just went and, yeah, there you go. And James, like I said, I think my friend Doug has a copy of that. And I mean, Riders on the Storm sounds a lot different. LA Woman sounds a lot different. I love it. Kenny Rogers roast. Oh, good God. Kenny Rogers roaster still had 8-track jukeboxes in 88. Just kidding. Wouldn't that be funny, though? No, Dan, not Kenny Rogers roasters. His latest album came free with any chicken basket.
Have this quad album.
Sorry, I'm still laughing about the chicken basket. Anyway, yeah, see, there you go. Boy, they look so stoned. They just look, both of them are like, oh, let's take this album cover.
The label has
I'll share a spliff with you. Hang on a minute. Oh, look, yeah. See, that's how you could tell they were quad, is with that gold label. You betcha.
This sounds cool on two stereo system, too. 2 speakers.
See? Yeah. Adventures of Quadraphonic.
I always keep on lookout for quad albums at thrift stores and rummy sales.
Oh, of course. Yeah. I fib a little, Ernesto. I fib. Ernesto and Tim Derling are keeping the 8-track genre alive.
Hey, thanks, Johnny. Thanks, Johnny.
And Sawmax Webster open along with Rick Derringer for headliner Rush. Oh, that would have been a killer trio of set. I would have loved that, actually. Hopefully, Rick Derringer did not whip out his Rocky Roll Hoochie Coo. I know, that was bad. I have a 3-inch Bangles CD. Have to have an adapter to play it. I've never seen another one. And the only way you can destroy that 3-inch Bangles CD is with an eternal flame. I went to cassettes. Still have all of them. Thank you. I'm glad you liked it. I still have all of them. And here's the thing, though, James. The only cassettes that I have, other than I do have some of my old radio shows scoped that I did back in Chicago. I have a handful on cassette. Hair metal. If I cannot find the album, if they made them on vinyl, or I can't find the CD, I will grab the cassettes. I've only got maybe about 10 or a dozen on cassette, and my buddy Scott did get me really cheaply. I was very happy, a double cassette player. So when I go back up to Illinois, I'll get that to add to the collection. John McLaughlin.
Yeah, he's with
the Birds of Fire. Have the vinyl. I am so far behind. Sorry, guys. People are collecting their cassettes all over again, right? I mean, I never saw that coming, to be honest with you, and neither did she. Got away with that one. But it surprises me, too. I only used Eat a Peach for rolling out seeds back in the day. My son is currently trying, and I think he's doing a really good job. He loves the Allman Brothers. He kind of looks like Dwayne Allman right now. You want to show him? Here's the appearance. The truth of the matter is, I wasn't his dad. It's Dwayne Allman. But he's got his little yeah. He wants to play guitar and learn how to do all those solos. Yeah, that's cool. My son John.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, in his final year of his 20s. He's got about 6 months left before he turns to 30, Bill. Jean-Luc Ponty, I saw a live just to see him play New Country. I am going to admit I don't know a lot of Jean-Luc's material. I have a few mini CDs that fit in the Transort tray. I remember that. Okay, because you had your littles and then you had your bigs. Buddy Holly, Eddie Cochran, and yeah. Dan, I'll tell you this much. I remember when those 3-inch CDs, Rose Records in Chicago, Chicagoland, they would sell those things. And I bought a couple of them when that format died and they clearanced everything, seriously. And yeah, they fit in what you see. And it was a, I mean, I'm not kidding. I probably only spent.
I don't think I remember those.
Maybe
any CDs.
I don't know. Maybe $2. I don't know if that's right. Yeah, they were cheap though for me anyway. But yeah. So let's see here. You mean it's a little 3-inch? Yeah. Right, TJ Johnny. I guess, Ernesto, I didn't want to brag, though. I always find it weird when some current band puts out something on 8-track. And see, the thing is, the last band that I remember that rolled out the 8-track, and I'd like to know how they did it, was back in 2008, 2009. Cheap Trick put out the latest. They put it out on all formats, and I'm like, I would have loved to have maybe just had that just to, it's like, here, I got the new Cheap Trick on 8-track. I think this dude's high. No, look, boom. And it's really the new fucking, yeah, I would teach him. I have that CD4, The Doors Greatest, and it's phenomenal. I got a Doors I'll show you in a little bit here. I just brought a small stack. I'll show in a minute. If you like the Doors, listen to Love. That's where they got their sound, and Love is what they hope to be. And I do want to end up getting the rest of the Love catalog. I only have the first album. The other ones are really hard to find. I think like the only one I've come across, I came across a copy of Love Live. I think it was on RSO. I don't know if I got that right or not. And I think they wanted like $15. And I'm like, I don't think so.
I have the Forever Changes album by Love, original.
See, there you go. Yeah, that would. I want all that stuff. And if I remember correctly, Rhino put out a picture disc on Love a long time ago, but I don't know what's on that picture disc.
I heard,
Miami-Dade, you have good albums there, sir.
yeah. Mobile Fidelity Sound Lab, I heard, made a version of Forever Changes or something.
That's pretty cool that you got that 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 Raiders on quad, because I think I'm trying to remember. So yeah, Indian Reservation, great album too. I wonder if they made quad for Country Wine, the last Raiders LP, with in Columbia for '72.
I'll have to look on Discogs sometime.
Hey Darren, how you doing there, sir? Yes, yes, yes. Excellent. Kenny was cool in the first edition. Just checked in. Something's burning. And yeah, I know all those songs are great. I love those songs.
You don't hear that often.
Something's burning. Do 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 do. And I think it's his records. No, Johnny, did you get your 5 Satin albums yet? I didn't know Johnny was going for a 5 Satins album. I like all that doo-wop stuff too.
Hey, again,
hey Darren, the Genesis dude has arrived. James, not yet. They're on their way via DHL. Gee, Johnny L, are you oh boy, I can relate. DHL is shit. I won't even deal with them. If I find out something's getting shipped by them, because I still got burned for the Ozzy debacle. I ain't getting into that story today. We'll save that for another one. But that was through DHL. Never received it. And I went off and I sent an email. And when I think that everybody at the email went, because I never got the damn CD or my money back, bastards. If you check, thanks a lot, Ozzy. No, I'm kidding. I'm not blaming him. If you check modern music, some of these artists are putting out most on all formats. Record, CD, cassette. Sorry, I had a brain fart there. Famously, the Flatlanders' first release was only on 8-track in 1973, which is crazy.
Flatlanders.
Not to be confused, with Flanders and his Left-Handers, which that only came out in Springfield. But that was only put out on reel to reel in 1977. Some of these jokes are bangers. Well, what is it? Back in high school, we would have been like, yeah, I banged your mom. Or, I do this to my associates. And I know I shouldn't, because but I'm friendly enough. I don't do this to new people. I only do this to people that I've been friends with for a few years. And of course, I'll throw the old line when they try to call me old fart and all this other stuff. I'll be like, by the way, say hi to your mom for me and tell her I'm sorry I couldn't show up earlier today while you were in school. Tell her I'll be over on Friday. And they would shut up very fast. The other ones would laugh because they're like, oh, he roasted you. And I'm like, I'd go like this. I go, rock and roll, hoot, chiku was in his set. I like that. That's for the owls in the audience. Rock and roll, hoot, chiku. Just kidding, John. Just kid, I kid. There were a lot. Yeah, you know what? And Dan, you brought up a good point, though. I haven't come across any of those things on 3-inch CDs. The last thing that I found, and it was courtesy of TV Guide, it had to do with Elvis. And if I remember right, it came out in, I want to say 2004. I could be wrong on that. But TV Guide, if you were like, I can't remember if it was just subscription only or you could buy this at the store, but there was a special one, and it came with a 3-inch, looked like the Sun record label, and it was Good Rockin' Tonight. And I'm told it was an alternate take for all those Elvis people. Forever changes stamps on pepper. Stomps on pepper. Sure, I know how to read. Listen to You Set the Scene. I'm writing this down, Mike. I got too much homework. See, I have my homework now. Setting the scene. And by the way, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, the homework that was originally scheduled for this show is being pushed to next Wednesday. We will be doing the homework of the 5 favorite albums next Wednesday. So certain people could possibly be here. No cap.
That's pretty easy homework, Paul, I think.
I think it is easy homework. And, like I said, I knew certain people weren't going to, I didn't know until I was coming on here, certain people weren't going to be on here tonight. I'm glad you're here though, sir. I always like being able to, I don't get to talk to this guy very much. I mean, we do on Messenger once in a while, but
Yeah, I kind of always get stage fright up here and don't talk much.
You're here
Yeah.
with me and the rest of the unwashed. We are all the VC unwashed, ladies and gentlemen, and I don't care. Does that make me the VC Reverend Jim Jones? No, because I hate Kool-Aid. I never would ask you guys to take it either. Do you know how popular Blue Ash got in your neck of the woods? You know, it's funny. I've heard the name. I don't know the music. There's a lot of bands like that. I will admit. There's some YouTubers that will admit, oh, I know this better. I'll tell you if I don't know something. Did you join the? Yes, I did, James. I joined the Columbia House Record Club probably at least 3 times. Back when BMG was, I even did that one once. Capitol, I think, was gone by the time I would have even begun to start doing those things.
I joined one of those record clubs. I think it was RCA. BMG.
Did you?
Late 80s, 1 or 2 years, yeah.
And for one time, I wrote my cat's name down. And I sent it in, and they took it. They took the bait, and I got the records. And then they tried to come out, and I'm like, sorry. And unfortunately, the cat did pass on. And I remember writing. I wrote, and I said, unfortunate. I wrote deceased on the envelope.
Really?
And I never got another thing back. You could beat the system back in the day, kids. Back in the day. So if there was something, Columbia House, the Annie P's got away with the 12. You can't get me, Columbia Record House. That was almost 40, 50 years ago, you bastards. And besides, I don't feel bad because the artists didn't get jack shit. They didn't get anything. They got no money off of that Columbia House stuff. None. Because it was written in the contract and they didn't see it. Oh, you betcha. That's why they were able to sell them for a penny. Because anything they got was going to be pure profit for the company.
I have some used I have some used Columbia House or RCA Victor albums, and they sound just as good as a regular pressings. I have some used.
Are they nearby?
They're all mixed. Well, kind of mixed up. I can't remember.
You're right, Mike. I need to get all the Love albums. I only have the first one. I have the first one, Minty Mono. Yeah. 50 cent. 50 cent at a book sale.
Cool.
Yeah. I think I showed it once in one of my episodes. Mr. Furley had better luck with Lana than you will finding those 3-inch CDs. Okay, listen, am I going to be in the minority? And I thought Lana was hot, for God's sakes. I'm sorry. Her and Janet were the ones I would have boned. I had no desire for Chrissy.
Not Chrissy?
Nope, none at all. And you know what? I would have to be extremely drunk to go after Mrs. Roper. I'm just saying that right now. Mr. Furley rocked. Yeah, he had such outfits. Those outfits he put out every show. I'm going, my God. I said this. And I'm just throwing this out there. The way he was dressed, you would think on the outside, like, wait a second. Why is Mr. Furley judging if Tripper's gay? Yeah. Anyways, Mr. Furley rocked. Who had no kidding. I mean, Don was the best. And of course, let's not forget, Goes to Mrs. Chicken, all those other good ones too.
Don Knotts was funny.
Certified Legend is correct. I would love to have his autograph if I ever could find it. Lana was one of the first guilds. You got that right. I would have, yeah.
Was Lana Ann Wedgeworth?
Yes, very good. Oh my God, that's great. You pulled that up. If you love Power Pop Blue, all right. Well, I'll write Blue Ash. See, I'm writing things. I am Blue Ash. Boy, I got too much homework. That's all right though.
Darren thinks Cindy was the hottest. Oh yeah, Jenny Lee Harrison at the very bottom.
She's all right. Okay, let me think about. God, I didn't expect to come up. See, this goes to show you never know what you're going to talk about on Psychos Platters. But okay, so let's see. So after you had after you had Suzanne Summers, then was it Jenny Lee Harrison? Because there was another one after one of the
Priscilla Barnes was the third. I forget the
huh?
character's name.
Oh, right. That's right. So she was the third.
Cherry. Yeah.
That's right. You can't beat the tax man. He'll always win. Because I'm the tax man. Everyone's scared. I think I only got burned once, truthfully. And that was because I didn't turn that stupid card in onto God. I didn't even want it. What the hell was the stupid album? I'm like, I gave it away. Actually, I take that back. I think I might have asked for $1 or $2 just so I could go get a drink or something. And I've changed my name. See, they'll never find me. I've recently read that Spotify said that they're paying their artists less now than they did. And this is why all the artists, I hate to say this, need to band together and get off of Spotify. Let's see how long Spotify would survive without them. Bet you they'd be dead in 6 months or less. Columbia House had those stupid white bordered, you're right, on the cassettes. A loophole was to join as a minor, and then you did. That's true, too. And I can tell you for a fact that one of those times I wasn't even 16. I think we're all guilty of this, or at least back in the day when the people that were old enough to have that, because I'm trying to remember when they really stopped. Didn't they stop like in the mid to late 90s, the record clubs, because it was all turned to internet? Maybe around there. What was Jack thinking? I know, right? I don't get it. I would have done mine. Yeah. And maybe that's my reasoning for some reason why I like. I mean, age is just a number, but I've had a few cougars, if you will. Yes. Jack was a Tinkerbell. Ding. Oh, by the way, just throwing this out there. So Eureka Springs, Arkansas is having their Pride Parade and celebration this coming weekend in Eureka Springs, Arkansas. Guess who they're bringing for their musical entertainment top headliner at 5:30 Saturday night at the auditorium in Eureka Springs? You're going to like this. Tiffany. Mm-hmm. Where she will be asking the musical questions. I think we're alone now, and which, of course, every time I heard that version, I would be singing, I think I'm a clone now. But who was after? Yeah, but you see, yeah. I know I'm behind here. Jack could have been getting hanky-panky back then without the landlords finding out. Well, of course, yeah, there was no cell phones, internet. Could have got away with all that stuff. He would have been able to go to the Regal Beagle and find anybody he pretty much maybe wanted, especially if he got a bottle of Bill Cosby Roofies. Not Cello flavored, by the way. Now Dr. Pepper is the number 2 song. Really? Dr. Pepper has gotten so wait a minute. Are you telling me so it'd be Coke, then Dr. Pepper, then Pepsi? What? I never saw that coming. I remember the stupid cola wars. Nobody ever brought up Dr. Pepper because they claimed it wasn't a cola.
Oh yeah, cola wars, yeah.
Does anybody here want to chime in the comments in regards to what some of those 23 flavors are? Because I do know that, yes, cola's in there. I'm told that cherry is in there somewhere. Prune is actually in there somewhere. And we would add things like buffalo chiz and all kinds of, leftover margarita mixed with, well, look who's here. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a while for my next guest here. I'm glad you found my link because I didn't put one up in the last couple of minutes. But this guy here, he's awesome. He's awesome. And, well, I still hope to maybe visit him. Maybe I will if I ever have an excuse to go to Michigan. He is a Paul McCartney confidant. And he also thinks McCartney 3 is also a great album. Of course, he gets me when I tell him wrong because McCartney 3 is a very strong EP. Mr. Tom Hunyadi.
Oh, hey.
Anyways, it's better than an EP. Okay.
I'm never gonna end this. This is never gonna go away, is it?
I've
Me and
heard-
my
I've
big
heard of this
mouth.
guy, Tom. Hey, nice to meet you, Tom. Hey,
Nice to meet you too. How are you?
I'm good. I've heard of
You
this.
feeling better, Tom? Last time I think I heard you, you weren't feeling so good.
Well, those things come and things go, and all is well right now. And Sam Adams is in my presence, and I'm feeling no pain at the moment.
Yes.
Yes.
No, I'm not going to go see Tiffany. But you know what? But hold on a minute, John. Here, I'm going to give you something. I'm going to give you a little private. I hope. So, John, she did an issue of Playboy. Go look on Google Images. All right. So there's your. Yeah, she's like, screw Psycho. I'm going to watch Tiffany and naked. I think she. By the way,
Tiffany did Playboy.
I think she's just topless. She's not. Oh no! Wait a minute. No, she's full frontal. It's full frontal. There.
Ooh.
See, you never know what you're going to learn from the Psycho Platter show. Oh boy. McCartney 3 is worse than McCartney 2, and that's quite the feat. Says Mike.
Hey, look! I mean, it's all a matter of opinion, and if you feel that way, then you have every right.
I don't think I've ever heard any of the songs off 3.
Coming up, McCartney 4. Wait, it's coming. Literally.
So what's going on?
You know what? Having my first broadcast since the tornado activity that we were down for a while.
Oh.
Everybody, thank God. I mean, we had a lot of damage. We had extremely a lot of damage and power outages and everything else down here in Northwest Arkansas. It was brutal. We had 6 tornadoes roughly within a couple minutes of each other, coming from different towns, going from anywhere from 90 miles an hour to 125 miles an hour. One of them was, I'm not kidding on this, one of them was a mile wide. Another one, I am told, was somebody said something about three. This can't be right. 3,000 yards. That'd be 900 feet across. That don't sound right. I don't know, but the point is, all of them were doing this thing, and I'm just going to throw one little thing out there, and that's it. I'm not going to say any more about this. Due to that, all of this happened within 2 to 3 minutes of each other. Jeez. All going around at the same time at different speeds. HARP. That's all I'm going to say about it. It has to be. Ladies and gentlemen, my next guest is a Psycho Platter virgin. I do not recall him ever being on here. Look, he's given me it's not Ringo, ladies and gentlemen, but it's maybe the 31st next best thing. It's Johnny L.
I know Johnny L. Yeah, hey Johnny.
I love this. We're having, I mean, I miss my Motley Crew, but this is all a Motley Crew here too. Even if we don't have Looks That Kill.
Well, good evening, everybody.
Yes, hello
Johnny.
there. Hello there. Hello there.
Hi Tom, how you doing? I don't know Tom.
How are you?
Tom is excellent, gentleman.
So how's it going? Good.
Better, I mean, like I said, I'm glad to do.
You look good without your beard, I think.
Thank you. I got to admit, I haven't shaved in a week, though. I'm being lazy. Debbie Gibson apparently rocks the cruise ships now. Oh, God. But does she rock him in electric blue? See, we need to know these things. I'm feeling no pain as well. Goose Island for the win.
I'm hearing those cruise ships are pretty popular these days. They're doing whether the classic rock or the hair metal or the whatever, but these things are pretty big.
First, my comment about Tiffany singing. I know we're alone now. You got to be kidding me. No, that Tommy James and the Shondells own that.
I had a chance to see Tiffany on her first mall tour. Because I used to go to this mall all the time that just closed down last month after being there for 35 years. And they used to have a lot of different people come through this mall, right? And one of the last ones that they got for the mall, and this was in the 90s, and I told the kids, because, my second marriage, I had older, and they liked the 90s music, and I'm like, I took one to LFO. I took another one to All for One. I met all these people, and I'm reading in the newspaper. I'm like, hey, do any of you guys know a Avril Lavigne? Avril Lavigne.
Yes, I
Well,
heard
yeah,
that.
but we didn't heard of her yet. And they're all going, no. I go, oh well, I guess we won't go to that one. She showed that too. Now, Dan, Oklahoma and Texas were affected too, especially Oklahoma. But
That's
I don't know.
Alley.
And I don't know if anybody's going to agree to my theory here, but back in the day, oh boy, like we're talking late 1800s to about 1910, when that Trail of Tears happened and came through this area, by the way, into Oklahoma. One of the things that they went off and said, certain tribes were like, we're cursing this. You made us come here to Oklahoma. You made us lose our homes. This will always be forever. And believe it or not, I think you could look up something in the U.S. that Oklahoma is in the top 3 of tornadoes all the time since then, or whenever they could record them. So maybe they're right. I don't know.
So, Paul.
Yes, sir.
I saw WD, or I call him WD. It's easier to write WD than Wyoming Dave. But
okay.
But,
if he was 40, it would be more appropriate.
Yeah, that's WD 40, right? I noticed he showed a few great albums, and I was just wondering if I was able to show some albums, if you might be interested in.
Absolutely. Hang on one second. Tommy James' book is fantastic.
Yeah.
I would love to hopefully meet Tommy sometime, and I would love to get. I do have the music, The Mob and Me, somewhere around here, but they were supposed to make a movie about that shit, and somehow I guess it got stopped. I don't know why, how, whatever, but I hope they finish it, and I'd love to get him to sign it. Johnny, I am going to put you on big, and you're going to excuse. Yeah, he's not in 3D. He's in 4D.
Who is that ugly guy on there?
No, that's sir. You go ahead. I'm going to make a quick cup of coffee, but I'll be back.
Sure. Okay. Well, the first one is
what you going to show?
The John Lennon
Mind Games. All right.
Mind Games. They say it's supposed to be on.
Did that come out recently?
Yeah, it did.
Okay.
It's supposed to be on a glow in the dark.
Oh, cool. That's a cool color.
Now, I tried it. I held it to the light so it can get a bit of light on it. I put it on, and I assumed it would be like really glowing, like green, kind of glowing, but it very slight glow on it. I find, which it doesn't matter because the sound on this album is very, very good, I think.
Yeah, I have it, but I haven't played it yet.
Now, some say the glow in the dark one, the quality might not be as good as the black wax, but I find it really good actually.
That's good.
So that's one album. Okay. I got this one for anybody that likes the blues, the King of Blues, B.B. King.
Oh, nice. I've never seen that one.
Yeah. It's a gatefold. It's live. Hold on a minute. My headphone just unplugged. This stupid thing. Every time if I move my head, this thing unplugs. Like if I move it too much, it uses Bluetooth too, but the Bluetooth acts a little funny.
Hey Johnny, let me ask you something about that B.B. King album, please. How many times have you listened to it since you got it?
I just listened to the first album because it's double album, right?
Okay.
As well, right? It's double album on black wax.
All right.
And it's this is upside down. Hold on a second here.
Yeah, it's always like, uh-oh, I lost somebody. Sorry, Tom. I didn't do it.
It's live in Japan.
Nice.
So it's a double album. And I like B.B. King, so I mean, that's no question about that. I think
so. Johnny,
blues myself, but
if you end up getting sick of that album and like the thrill is gone for you, you could kindly just send it to me. That'd be like gratefully appreciated.
I don't think I'll get sick of it. I love B.B. King. I love. Hold on a second here. Everything's falling apart. I love.
Now you sound like me.
Yeah, really. So I love the way he plays his guitar, and he does it. That I think some people try to replicate it, but they can't really. It's when he does the tremolo. I guess what we call it, the tremolo or something. Like when he takes his hand and he on the neck and he goes like this, and he plays a few chords. It really sounds great. And once you hear that, you know, well, that's BB King. I mean, what the hell? You know, anybody would know that. So I got this one. I never had this one, and it wasn't really expensive. Maybe $8. The Honey
Sure.
Drippers,
Oh, yeah, I remember that. I
Right.
remember that band.
and I got this one. It's on Parzana. I think it's called Parzana.
Esperanza.
Parzana, yeah. What is it? My glasses.
I think it's Esperanza.
Paranza. Yeah, there you
I
go.
think there was like some Atlantic offshoot label. I think I'm not sure.
And the reason why I got this is because I never had it before, but I heard some songs, and I like Robert Plant is a great bluesy voice.
They do that remake of Sea of Love on there.
Yeah, Sea of Love and
Rockin' at Midnight is on there.
Oh, yeah, I love those songs.
I'll tell you which one. It's Young Boy Blues. I like that one.
Cool.
I haven't heard that one in a while.
Yeah,
Now, Johnny, am I correct? Now, this is just going off memory. So on that record, it would be Page and Plant and Jeff Beck, and I can't remember who else. There's a few people on that record.
It might be on here. Let me see here.
So that would be like
It's volume 1.
Yeah, I wish they would have made a volume 2. I think it's a neat record.
Okay, it doesn't say on the cover. Let me see on the record here, whatever it says something or not.
I'm trying to remember.
Produced by 1 second. Okay, no. Okay. It says produced by no, oh God.
Not Nile Rodgers, was it?
Nile
Rodgers. That's what I was trying to think.
The Brill brothers, and the fabulous Brill brothers, and it doesn't say. I can't really see anything where it says the other guys on here. I mean, it could be, but I can't see it on here. It could be on here. I don't know. I'm not sure. I can't see anything that says that. I know Robert Plant is on it, so that's all that matters to me. I guess that's the reason why I got it, because I love his voice. I think it's very bluesy. And anyway, so it wasn't expensive, but I've always wanted that album. I like the songs on it. Sea of Love, you know, an old classic.
They got that song back to popular too. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Dave, you would probably know. I can't remember who sings that Sea of Love. I can't remember now.
I have the original version. Johnny, the original version of Sea of Love is by Phil Phillips from 59.
Phil Phillips, okay, that's right.
I have the 45 record.
Here's what we got here before you get into Willie. It says here, okay, Plant on vocals, Jeff Beck guitars on I Got a Woman and Rockin' at Midnight. Jimmy is on Sea of Love and I Get a Thrill. Nile Rodgers does rhythm guitar. Paul Schaefer does piano. And then I guess I haven't taken a look, but it says I guess that there was a release with a bonus track, which it was a 2007 Rockin' at Midnight live in '85. But on the bonus track material, it's basically Robert Plant's solo band at the time. So, and then the Uptown Horns for horns.
Very good.
Yeah.
This is the Willie Nelson one I got.
A MoFi Willie. Interesting.
Yeah. Oh, it sounds great. It is really, 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 really good. It's on. Here's the label here. Stardust sounds really good on it. All the songs pretty much on Willie's.
Very nice.
Cool.
And I don't want to take all your time, Paul. I have a couple more or something like that.
Go ahead.
Because I want to plug a 45, and I'll do it in a couple of minutes. I have this one. This one you might be. I was fascinated with it, actually. Tell you, it's from Prince Fatty presents Fire and Stone.
Huh.
I never heard of that.
And okay, wait till you see the album. Oh wow, I love it.
That's
cool. Wow, what the hell?
So when you put it on the platter, and you have to have a certain type of light, or you can have a strobe on your phone. It's a novelty, really. A strobe on your phone, and put it right on these little men. And when it turns, these little men play the guitar.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So all this turns, and these little men, you can see, plays the guitar, and even on this side, these little men move as it turns. But you have to have like a kind of a strobe usually on your phone at a certain
Cool.
number, and then you could see it actually turn, right? I tried it once and everything was cool, but the music on it is really, really good. It's reggae basically. A few songs on here that I can tell you about. It has Weary Eyes, it has Shine, World on Fire, Smoke and Love, Fire on the Horizon, In This Love, Weary Eyes dub, World on Fire dub, Smoke and Love dub. But I think it really, really sounds good. They break the tunes on here, and I thought that this was pretty cool with this album being like this.
Very much. That's trippy.
Very.
Oh, it is. I think if you had a few, that would turn you around.
Smoke a spliff or drops a cube, and then just watch.
Here's another one. This one I love as well. It's psych, but it really sounds great.
I've heard about that album. Yeah, cool.
Oh man. You talk about relaxing. You turn the lights down low. You don't have to smoke up or nothing. You just turn the lights down low, and you play this record.
Oh, that's neat. Greenish.
Right?
That is cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and it's so like soothing, kind of a psychedelic type soothing music. It's so relaxing, and it has on side one it has Golden Earrings, which really is a great song. So yeah, but I like I'm a sucker for, I don't know if you can say sucker, I suppose, but a really big fan of colored vinyl. I like colored vinyl.
I do too, Johnny.
I think it's really, really good.
So now, David Donnelly is asking about the previous record. Is it like those flick books that you can animate when spinning?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. But you have to have a light, a strobe light on it. Like I said, some kind of a strobe light going on it at a certain.
No, he's not. No, he's not, Randy. I'm in control here.
Now he's trying to. Randy, okay. I'm not. Paul. I'm not taking anyway.
Kimba, can I do that, please? Please. I bet you you're hotter than Lana. Okay. All right. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So anyways, and so yeah, it's a strobe. You have to have it a certain number on a strobe to flick the light, and you'll see the characters basically like flip thing. Now, this one is a boot. The reason why I got this one now, if you got the 45, I'll show you.
Very best.
The very best at the doo-wop. Right now.
Excuse me.
Right. Now it has all the great hits on.
Is that an Ace release? Because I know Ace puts out a lot of stuff like that.
No, it's okay. It says now or something, not now or something.
All right.
I knew going in that it wasn't going to be original, but
right
on these colors, right?
That's cool.
But the thing is because if you get a 45, if you want a 45 on some of these records, you're going to be paying top dollar, like in the thousands.
You're right on that, Johnny.
Because they're so obscure, right? So
yeah.
So I got this album especially because I like all the songs, obviously, because I do a doo-wop show. But I like the Royal Jesters, Love Me. I always liked that song. I played like a gazillion times on my show. And I wanted the 45. So before I got the 45, I got this one because it was on this one. So I thought, okay, I'll get this one because it's on here and everything else, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I ended up getting the 45, which it was a little on the expensive. I say expensive, like I'd say about $40 for the 45. That's
Wow.
cheap. That's
Yeah.
cheap. It was a reissue, but it's
Sure.
cheap compared to the original, which it would have cost you thousands, because some of these obscure 45s are like way up there in price. So this is why I settled. I say settled pretty much for. It has all the hits of basically everybody. You know, the Silhouettes, the Dion and the Belmonts. You know, Gene Chandler.
Mike's asking, is Jive 5 on that album?
I think so. Actually, let me see. I think I'm pretty sure that they are. Yeah, the Drive 5, My True Story is on there.
Nice.
And okay, so now I'm going to go to the 45s. And there's one 45 I want to plug definitely. And I think I'll start with his first. David Donnelly. If you want a great 45, you go on Bandcamp and look for this 45. I'll show you in a minute here. It's called The Venus Reaction Crashing Up.
Nice.
Excellent 45. I love it. And David Donnelly and his bandmates there. I have the names of them on here, but
David, by the way, I have seen you on the RG show, okay? And I think you seem pretty cool. If you've got any albums, obviously Psycho's Platters will review them on the channel here. Just
this is a
FYI. Well, yeah, 45s too. I don't care. I've done 45s in the past too, from like the Penetrators and a few other ones. So I get you. Go ahead.
So this is the 45, David Donnelly's.
Oh, really? Cool.
Nice.
And if you want to find it, you go on Bandcamp and just type in the Venus Reaction, and it'll be on there. And really, really great 45. So I'm really plugging his. I love David Donnelly. He's a great musician, and so anyway, cool. Now I bought these two because I didn't really want to buy the album, because I really didn't. The other songs were okay, but it was Sugarloaf, right? So I decided to buy these good, nice 45s here. Okay. Don't Call Us, We'll Call You.
That's my favorite song.
I've heard that song. Yeah, exactly.
Sugarloaf. Then I didn't get the other one, but Michael Nolan, he mentioned the other one, and I said, yeah, he mentioned the whole album, that the whole album would be good to get. But I kind of like these two songs, and I might consider the whole album, but I'll see. But so I got this one as well, which I really like. Green Eyed Lady.
I've heard
sure.
that.
Oh yeah.
Excellent 45s.
Yeah.
And I think I would say they're BG plus pretty much, both of them, like really good condition.
Nice. Hey, now on that Don't Call Us, Don't Call You. All right. When you hear the touch tones in the song,
the phone thing, yeah.
That was so. This is how clever the band was. The touch tone numbers. So if you could figure that out, was a real phone number of a guy who rejected the damn band, and it was like their FU to him. It's like, okay, we're gonna go off and put your phone number. By these beep 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 tones, and I'm like, cracks me up to no end every time I hear it too, which is kind of rare. Walmart Radio used to play it on occasion.
I heard that story.
Yes, and I've only ever heard Green Eyed Lady, the longer version, maybe once, and I want to say it was WXRT. They used to play some decent AOR back in the day too. Oh God! So listen, Dan's asking "Mood Indigo" by Jean-Jacques Perret. That is the shit. And he also asked. No, he didn't hatchet anybody. Did you have any Moog albums? Like Moog synthesizer stuff?
Hey, Paul, I have a few Moog albums.
You can make me small.
I like that, Mike. I'm sorry. I like that, Michael. I called that number. It answered and said Paul's dead.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Dan, you're not kidding. It has been an Oscar Mayer evening. We had to have a real woman here somewhere. We have to. Tongue in cheek, a great Sugarloaf. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that story about the dialing and some people trying to dial that through. I heard that story somewhere a long time ago.
Hey, Paul, did someone want Did someone say something about Moog albums? Moog synthesizer?
Yes. Yes.
I got a bunch.
Oh, hang on. Everybody can get all Oh, I have that one too. Yes. Yes.
It's kind of a dark electronic album.
And he swiped one of the sides of the LP from Kraus. Oh, and he didn't give him credit.
Exactly.
Not at first, at least.
Yeah, I heard about that. So one song not supposed to be.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good time, man.
That's a nice looking one. I like that. Looks like a pissed off sun, though.
Yeah.
Looks like I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna make it 200 degrees.
It's on a Command label.
Oh, okay.
And here, this is John Jock. How do you pronounce John Jacques Perry? Is on this one.
All right. I actually have seen that one. I've come across that anyway.
It's on a Pickwick record.
Yeah, Pickwick.
This is still, it plays good for being a budget label. I'm glad I found. Here's a Perry Kingsley, the In Sound from Way Out.
I had that. That is a strange album.
That's a good,
but good.
Good synthesizer album. John Jacques Perry.
But was it on 8-track? That's it. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. It's a good album, I think.
Nice.
Gershon Kingsley, Music to Move By.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of X-ray here if you look at these flowers.
So see, Dan looks like he's got some of the same stuff you've got. That's cool.
Those are my collection too, Dave. Oh, cool. I didn't see. Oh, this is a Remy show. Plastic Cow goes Moog.
What the heck? Oh God, I've never seen that. That's funny. That is funny.
This is Mike Melvoin, who's related to one of the princes, Wendy Melvoin, I think.
That is utterly amusing. I'm telling you right now.
That's some of my. I have some Wendy Carlos ones too.
All right. Guess what? We're gonna have to wrap this up very soon.
No problem.
Soon, not yet. Soon. But that's why I'm gonna make myself big for once, because I got some show and tell. Now this is just regular stuff that I pulled out of the collection, and I probably showed this one a long time ago. Meet George Jetson.
Oh, Colpix Records, cool. That's a hard one.
This is a difficult to find. I am not kidding you.
I know it. I never.
True story. Got this on sale for a dime about 10 years back at the Battered Women Shelter thrift shop. There was about 2 big bookcases full of albums. And I was just like, now this thing here, I'm going to tell you, is I would say, oh God, yeah. The one side would be nice and near minty, but then I see that there's not a super deep scratch, but right between 2 tracks. So yeah, but still, I don't care. It's nice to have this thing.
Just have dialogue from the cartoon or music or what? What's on?
What it pretty much, I mean, it does have all. It's both. It's both. Cool. So you got here starring the voices of George O'Hanlon, Penny Singleton, Janet Waldo, Dawes Butler, Mel Blanc, Howard Morris, which of course we talked about him earlier. Howard Morris being Ernest T. Bass, and then and Don Messick, good old Tony the Tiger, and Jean Vanderpill, who of course, if I remember correctly, God, who the hell was she? I remember that name too. But so that's one of them.
Those are hard to find albums.
And here's another one. So I'm from Chicagoland, like I said. So I gotta have that. But Ernesto, does it have Charlton Heston talking about it? That would be amusing. So from 1964, they were known as the Patsmen, and then they created a couple 45s, and then they went out to California. And this is where the story is going to get weird, but it turned out that their housemates, because they kind of shared this house with Paul Revere and the Raiders. The New Colony 6
I've heard of them, yeah.
At the River's Edge. This is their garage rock stuff, signed by Ronnie Rice and Ray Graffia Jr. And I'm happy that I got to meet these guys. They put out some good killer garage rock. Cadillac is probably one of my favorites off of here, along with, I mean, I Confess is cool. And then their version of Mystery or Better Man Than I is really killer too. But yeah, I would say Cadillac, Love You So Much. Yeah, if you were a radio DJ back in the day, that was slightly less than 2 minutes. You could get away with squeezing that one in before it was the top of the hour and you had to do the ID and then the news. I used to be a DJ. That's how I know these things. And with, of course, Let Me Love You, all good stuff on here. And this is them in Chicago in front of the good old Marina Towers, a.k.a. WCFL radio, a whole bunch of other people, television studios that are no longer there anymore. But let's see, what else here? We were talking Doors earlier. So I found a copy of Morrison Hotel.
Oh.
Yes. This with of course your this one here is a slightly kind of battered on the top just a little bit. You've got maybe a half-inch seam split, but not from the beginning. It's kind of strange. And of course your original Hard Rock Cafe. That's right. Back in 1970, this was the bar called Hard Rock Cafe that it would all end up being. It's a long story, but Butterfly Electra.
That's probably.
Oh, let's see. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, this River Edge one. It's red, but it's got little like blue black smoke squirrels. Squirrels, I almost said. Not sponsored by Mrs. Squirrely Squirrel Butter. Hang on. Dang it! Now it's my turn to get all clumsy. And I have such messes. I do. Another Chicagoland band that should have really made it but didn't. The Hounds, John Hunter and Company. In the Chicagoland area, there was several different stations. This is the late 70s. Drugland Weekend was the big hit for these guys. They put out a couple albums on Columbia, and then pretty much they went poof.
No, I know that band because I think they did they had a song in the movie Skate Town USA. Maybe.
Yes. The singer, the singer was on that soundtrack. You're right.
I know that.
It's hard, Kimba, and we're not talking about the Who album. Yes, Morrison Hotel I have. Hey, William, I tried to get you a wrench on Ski Lodge, but failed. Well, the walls are starting to close in. Oh, boy. Mark Lindsay used to live at Sharon Tate's house with Terry Melcher and Candace Bergen. That's true. And, and it's funny because I didn't hear that story until the movie came out. Crying Shames, we actually talked about a week ago, 2 weeks ago. Another excellent band. The Flock is returning. Speaking of Mahu Vishnu Orchestra, Jerry Goodman is back with the Flock. And they're going to be doing a concert in late June. The Boys, I've got that too. I have their book. They got a book out now. Paul, okay, well, I'm going to briefly mention this. Paul, Mike's asking me, Paul, did you ever reveal Satan is real folk and other tornadic terrors? Well, the tornadic terrors were the tornado that hit here in Rogers, Arkansas, and the several surrounding communities. There were 6 of them all at once. How ridiculous. And then Satan is real folk had to do with that the president of Folkways Records was a disciple of Aleister Crowley and was a Satanist. And when he died in the 90s, he got a full-blown satanic black mass. There, that solved all that. Shadows of Night, you betcha. On my like the new Colony 6 one that I just showed, I'm looking for Breakthrough on Centaur. Anybody got a copy of that? I'm not a rich person, but I'll be fair. And as far as for Shadows of Night are concerned, I have both the Dunwiches. I'm looking for the Super K album from '68. It's pretty much just Jimmy Stones and company, but he does a killer version of Shake. That is probably my favorite off of there. And then, sorry, I'm just playing catch up here. Anybody have any Homer and Jethro albums?
I got one Homer and Jethro 45 record. But,
sold to the one Homer and Jethro record. That's right, Dirty Dan Buck, the boys. Yes, and get this while I have this up here. I actually, through Facebook, talked to Mike Tafoya. I actually have an acquaintance of mine that Mike Tafoya was a family friend who was in the Boys and the Bees. And I asked him, I said, there was a second album called Midwest Kids that was supposed to be, it was recorded but not released, okay, for Epic. And basically I asked Mike if that ever was going to get released. And basically, I mean, this is not what he said, but it was pretty close to Snowball's Chance in Hell that is ever going to come out. But Buckingham's albums are excellent. Hey, James, I have one Homer and Jethro 45, The Battle of Cucamonga.
spelled that wrong, but
Let's see. And then Calling All Occupants of Interplanetary Craft. You know, I am still looking for Magenta Lane off of Canadian Capital. I need to somehow find a copy of that. But when RG had Terry Draper on, I thought that was an excellent interview. This is probably always going to be my favorite Klaatu album, although I do like Sir Army Suit and some of the others. Then we go to this band. Was a great band. It really was a great band back in the day. We're talking about Chicago. Those first 4 to 5 albums, in my opinion, the Terry Kath era was the best that they ever did. I mean, even towards the back end, Terry was even getting disgusted, and he was actually thinking of leaving Chicago possibly, and if not 78 after doing the solo album he wanted to do. He was thinking about probably before, like even 1980, he was talking about just wanting to leave. He would have left amicably, but, and then, well, tragedy happened, and that was the end of that. Go see that documentary on Terry. It's an excellent documentary if you haven't seen it. Yeah, Hope I've Got also. You're right. It didn't sound like anything like the Beatles. The closest thing to me, in my opinion, was Sub Rosa Speedway. That sounded like a Wings outtake.
I don't know.
I don't know. It's just my opinion on it, though. Ha, Vox, I'm losing track. I just enjoyed the chitter chat. Yeah. Tara. It was that I didn't even know about the Candice Bergen connection too. Yeah, non-Cath sucks. I'll give you Pierce of Terrorism. So if I were to tell any of you guys that, yes, coming down the pipe, a Chicago album will be in Jukebox from Hell. Anybody want to take a guess what album? I have a choice of 2. We're All Corrupted. You're right. Yeah, see, like I said, I'm just looking for Magenta Lane. It was mainly Sub Rosa Speedway sounding like Wings that started the row. Okay, we'll see. That's cool. And of course, I wish Dan Ambrosi was here to see that I do have original Kiss. I have
that Kiss album.
Yep, embossed cover. And I love me some original Kiss. My son John now has declared all the Kiss albums when I die. So he gets this. Here's an original Casablanca label. Yeah. That's fun stuff. And since we're there for a moment, how about we talk about the most talented member? You betcha. I'm an Ace fan for life. And this is the one that sold over all the rest. And I'm glad because Gene and Paul thought they were being real cute in those solo album meetings and went off and said to Ace, hey, Ace, if you need any help from us, let us know, which basically was a dig at Ace. And Ace is like, basically, this was his musical FU to Gene and Paul. Let's see here. This has got, I'm not going to pull this all out, but it also has the original inner sleeve for that too. I like Ace Frehley. I liked Frehley's Comet. At least the first album I think was killer. That's right. Trust to Spill. We're all clones, Kimba. It's true. That's what Alice sang many years ago. Mark Lindsay left when Candace moved in. He was living with Terry, but felt like a third wheel, so he moved out. Thank God he did, because then we wouldn't still have Mark Lindsay. And yes, Ace, put the A in Ace. That would have made a great Sesame Street bit, I think. That house, well, was certainly a target for familiarity. That's right. I only have one more left, and then I've got a few minutes, and then I'll have to depart. Everybody knows how I like my bubble gum, or power pop, or whatever, if you will. I've talked about this band before. In fact, they were in Jukebox from Hell. But this is actually, all of them I think are cool albums. That's right, Captain Sad and his Ship of Fools from the Cow Sills. I mean, I'm sorry, Cow Sills don't have enough love in my book. And I am so glad that I had the pleasure of meeting all the surviving members.
Oh, really? Cool.
Back in about, I think it was 09 or 10, and I got them to sign their first LP, which maybe if I find that someday, I'll show you, because there was some interesting things. I cannot remember which band member, was after the autographs, they were drawing and mentioning, this is this person, this is this person, and I'm like, oh my God, that's too funny that they did that. Have all four of the solo Kiss vinyls, and Aces rocks the most. I'm telling you. I mean, the one surprise, I'm not saying it's total shit, but the one surprise was Peter's. But you see, if you knew his background and how he loved R&B, then maybe that wouldn't be such a surprise. Dr. Marvello does sound a bit like George. I'm going to have to replay some of these LPs because see, there you go. And it was beyond Loving the Flower Girl. They did a lot of great things. Is Peter's solo album the most unlistened to record of all records that were bought by anyone? Well, Dan, I'll tell you, if you never saw my Jukebox from Hell episode of Out of Control, his first solo album after leaving the group, go watch it. It turned out that video is in my top 5 most viewed for Jukebox from Hell. Do you actually know who the winner is now? This is funny. This has been... Okay. The top number 1 Jukebox from Hell most watched. It snuck in past Harry Nilsson. He was the top for Pussycats all this time. And then somebody beat him. And it was the Osmonds with The Plan. And if you guys have never heard that album, you need to get it. Seriously, even if you're an Osmond fan or not, this is a different record. And it's really good. And they didn't deserve what happened to them. I'll tell you that right now. Yes, represent Rhode Island. Mention New Colony 6. Yeah, I love New Colony 6. Like I said, Kimba, you ever find Breakthrough, I'll buy it. Yes, they did. John the Divine. I think that's the only. I think it's 11 by 11. That's the only one I don't have from the original Cowsill stuff. Well, Brummels are kick ass. Cetera sucks. Such a lightweight artist in the mode of Kenny G. Ooh, oh, I can't even. Sorry, kids, but I don't like Kenny G's. Bo Brummels do rock. I had a copy of Bradley's Barn many years ago.
Started country Bradley's
Yes,
Barn.
yes, that's right. Triangle. Never found a copy of Triangle. What I thought was really funny, speaking of Rhino issues, reissues, if you will, is that they got smart and actually used the Mono Masters for the Triangle LP. I'm like, that's a first, because they seem to like doing all the stereo shit. I'm like, I don't want to hear that. I want to hear the mono mixes.
Cool,
and otherwise known as the Bo Brummel Stones on Flintstones. Okay. Did you have some other goodies? Because it looked like you might, sir. You. Did you have some other stuff?
Yeah, you showed Plateau. I have 3. I don't know which one you said you were missing. Oh, okay, I have this one. This is my original one that it's not this ain't it isn't an OG, I don't think, but I had this for a long time when I was a teenager.
Great album.
That one. And okay, I got this one.
Great album.
And I have this one, which I like the Hope thing.
Yep. Yeah, that's the Hope. Yeah.
And
I'm out of it right now.
I have these by Terry Draper.
See, now I need to get some of those because I knew he put out a few.
Yeah, signed to me from.
See, that's kick ass.
Oh, nice, cool.
That's kick ass.
So I have those. That's
very nice.
I should plug another one if you don't, if you have a minute.
Go ahead.
Which I didn't, and the guy's really good. I'll show you in a minute. Hold on, I'll get it.
Okay. I like Indian Lake, John. That's a really good one. I still say Rainy Day Park and other things is always going to be my favorite. I sing that along every time it's on the radio, which is very rare.
I love
those songs. Yeah. I love those songs.
Okay. This one right here, First Boy on the Moon.
Oh, that David Pedroza.
Yeah. Pedroza, yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
David Pedroza produced it and everything. Great. This is a great record. He signed it for me.
Oh, nice.
And it sounds really, really great. And I'd like to plug it. You can get it on Bandcamp as well. It's on Bandcamp.
Cool.
And this is the.
I like custom labels. They're always fun.
So yeah, it's a great album. If anybody's interested, get it on Bandcamp.
Johnny, you just reminded me. I feel so bad about this, but I need to get Mark's Project Gemini. I told him I was going to get a copy.
Speaking of Mark's, I ordered that one, and I ordered the pressing, the original pressing as well.
Nice.
I have Mark's album over here too, the last one that he made.
I need to get all of them. I'm so behind.
Yeah, but I never got the pressing before because I always missed it. But this time I got the original, the pressing, and I'm waiting for it. So
sweet.
Mark's albums are great too.
Yeah, I gotta reach out to him privately, probably as well. Hopefully, maybe in the next couple of weeks.
By the way, they're numbered.
Oh,
right. Yes.
Okay.
They're numbered. Okay, if you have a minute, I can go get that
album. Yeah.
Hold on a second.
While you're doing that, I'm going to mention that I have an experiment that I sent out in the mail. My last experiment involving Bruce Coburn returned some beautifully signed albums, which I've shown in a previous episode. I'm not going to tell you who this experiment, but I sent it down to Fort Smith. He's going to be in concert next week. CD sleeves, because it's a hell of a lot cheaper than album cover mailing. Oh my God, did I learn that lesson? Yes. All right.
Okay, here it is, right here.
Project, Gemini.
Oh, okay.
Live Beyond. And Mark signs them, and this one was number 8 I got.
Nice.
And I think the new one, I think he mentioned there was 100. I'm not.
Oh wow.
So he signed them, so they're pretty limited, right?
Okay. All right.
And they sound. Oh man, Mark's another artist that's really, really, really good. And
I mean, I have heard his YouTube stuff, okay, and so I think through Bandcamp as well. And I do like his music. Don't get me wrong. I feel bad for not having anything of his yet.
So that's
nice. That's like it looks like a burnt orange. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he has CDs out as well for the new album coming out. He has also CDs.
Nice.
CDs are already out. So if you want to get his album or CDs, don't wait because they're going fast.
There's your commercial, ladies and gentlemen. There's your commercial. Now, no offense, I'm going to make you small because it is about ready. It is about ready to that time. We're almost at 2.5 hours, guys. You know, I'm going to tell you something. One and all here, you guys have been fantastic. I had 28 people watching this all at the same time for a little while. You guys are amazing, and you guys must have been bored. I'm teasing, but who wasn't on tonight? Who wasn't on? That's what I need. But so Johnny L, I'll tell you, if you're into this, I do these on Wednesdays and Saturdays. The problem is I can't commit to a time. I usually try to do it though about dinner time roughly is when I start. But next Wednesday, so I'll be doing a Saturday show too, but next Wednesday we're going to do the homework. And what the homework is if you care to be involved, 5 of your favorite LPs. You don't have to rank them. Just find 5 that you really love. Wham! And everybody's going to take a turn showing one at a time. That's what we're doing next Wednesday.
Cool.
So
yeah.
2.5 hours. Get out.
Paul, I came on here because I seen a few people that I know, like Mike and WD and all them, and also
Oh,
to
yeah.
just get a feel of your show as well.
You can call me David, Johnny. You can call me
David.
David.
and I'm so used to W. Anyways, and for anybody that read the what's his name? I can't even remember his name. That's how relative he is on here. The guy that said that I'm on Rachel's show. This is the guy that's on Rachel's show. Yes, because I love Rachel and Sue, and I'm always on their show.
Randy was
they're
teasing.
great. Yeah, and they're great. And
Randy.
and I'm not here to conspire against Paul. I have nothing against Paul or anybody else. I'm just peace, love, and
Okay,
life.
listen,
I'm just
Johnny, listen. I'm going to mention this one last time out here, and if I have to mention it over there, I will. People think that there is bad blood going on between me and the other guy. There isn't. I could care less. I am not. There is no drama. I am cordial. I have no feelings either way. And soon I will pop on RG. It's just because of the internet issues from the last week and a half, I haven't been on anybody's channels, and that's why. So I think RG knows this, and if they don't, they'll know soon enough. But I don't like going on there a lot anyway. I usually go on once a month or once every 6 weeks when I just want to. All right. Done with that. Who the hell is Randy?
There you go. And so
That's what they're saying.
We're here to have fun. We're here to have fun. And it's all
Yeah,
about
that's
records
what
and
this
music.
is
It's
all
records and
about.
music.
Yeah, that is right. So I want to thank, like I said, we've had Dave, we've had Johnny, we had Tom, we had who the hell else was here? I feel so bad now. Wait a minute, let me see here.
Michael Nolan.
Okay, I got to try to see if I can do this. Oh yeah, well no, I meant I thank my crowd here, my audience, but
David Donnelly was in the chat gallery.
Yeah,
too.
David,
Well,
the great David.
Well, I was
Donnelly.
talking, yeah, geez, fine. But I was talking about up here, though. I'm trying to remember. I could have sworn I had a fifth person, but maybe I was wrong.
Okay.
So I got to do this though, real quick. So Trailer Park Boys always said, okay, so let's see if I can do this as Bubbles today. Hey, Randy, go fuck off. Yeah, I never understood why Randy had to take off all his clothes but his underwear to fight. I mean, there's got to be some mentality. I cannot remember. Maybe there's an explanation for that.
Yeah, that's right.
Listen here, Randy, you fat bastard. Why don't you go eat a fucking cheeseburger?
Well, Randy hasn't been trolling
Not
me today.
Randy Deadwax. We're doing Randy Trailer Park Boys.
Didn't Leahy die or something? Passed away?
Yes, he did. Rest in peace. And who knew that he was a Canadian Shakespeare actor? I didn't know that.
Imagine that, eh?
And oh, you're still here. See, I didn't know you're still. I wasn't insulting you. See, I'm talking about Randy Trailer Park Boys. Anyways, as Randy's like, go fuck yourself, psycho. Hey, Paul, I'm pretty new to YouTube and just upload. Yes, but you kind of better be quick about it because I'm only going to be on for another minute or two. Wax was born. You born in '66. Dead Wax. For me, it was '67. Put that on a T-shirt. Who the hell is Randy?
Yeah.
I was born in '57, so I'm the old fart here, I suppose.
Oh, there you go. How can he be 66?
I was born in '69. I'm the youngest of the three.
You said 69. All right, on that note, I never said this was mature. See, okay, Randy says he was born in 66. All right, everybody, I love you guys. Take care. Rock on. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, always powered by coffee each and every time because that is the mighty Psycho promise. And I thank all my guests, the best damn audience that I have here on YouTube. I don't give a shit what anybody says. And we will be back at it Saturday. Will it be Toby free? Will there be another hot dog switchblade? I don't know. It'll be all surprise for everyone.
Oh, sorry. Which one's that one again? I didn't catch the 5 albums.
So five of your favorite albums. They don't have to be ranked. Just 5 albums out of your collection that you really love. That's all.
What day though is that? Is that
Wednesday? We'll do that next Wednesday night. Okay. All right, everybody, take care. God bless. Rock on. See ya.
It's about the music, stupid.
It is about the music.